Today marks 84 years since the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, a date that will truly live in infamy, not just for the United States, but also, David Martin tells us, for a family that's lived with the darkest of secrets.
I stopped and started so many times because, I was having trouble accepting what I was learning.
Christine Kuehn and her husband Mark kept what they were learning hidden in a basement closet until she finally decided to write a book about her family of spies.
My grandfather was the only person tried and convicted for the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
A not-to-be-believed saga which her father tried to shield her from.
He wouldn't talk about his past. He always really skirted the issue.
And her Aunt Ruth warned her to stay away from.
She said, "You have a good life. Don't ruin it with the past."
But the past landed on her doorstep in 1994.
So a letter comes out of the blue.
Kind of turns your life upside down when you think your life was one way and you find out it wasn't the truth.
A Hollywood screenwriter had come across the Kuehn name in Histories of Pearl Harbor and wanted to know if she was related to the family of Nazis who had spied for the Japanese.
I called my dad and I was like, "Hey, Dad, I got this letter," talked to him about it, and he was like, "Oh no, that's not our family. They must be thinking about someone else." 10 or 15 minutes later, he called me back and he was sobbing. In 1939 is when they really started researching the family.
Christine spent the next 30 years documenting the story her father told her, beginning with her grandfather Otto and his family in Hitler's Germany.
The whole family just was transformed by the promises that were being told by Hitler and the Nazi Party.
Her uncle Leopold was a stormtrooper, proudly wearing the swastika in his wedding photo. Aunt Ruth, the woman who had told Christine to leave the past alone, was sleeping with Hitler's Minister of Propaganda, Joseph Goebbels.
Goebbels is one of the most infamous names in history.
Mm-hmm.
Your Aunt Ruth was his mistress?
Yeah, she was. She met him when she was only 19.
It didn't last.
Its soft, provocative climate helped.
And in 1935, Goebbels shipped the family a half a world away to Hawaii to spy on Pearl Harbor for the Japanese.
Pearl Harbor, the vital Navy base which gives the U.S. fleet command of the mid-Pacific.
Her grandfather lived large, throwing parties that made the society columns.
He would invite naval officers to come in and enjoy the party while he was trying to glean information about, troop numbers and information like that.
He took pictures of American airplanes lined up wingtip to wingtip, just asking to be bombed, while Aunt Ruth played the femme fatale.
She was young and beautiful. She would be wined and dined by the Navy officials, and she would talk with them and silently glean information about when the boats were in. And
how did they get the information to the Japanese?
Otto and them would just walk into the Japanese consulate with the satchel and give them everything he had collected.
In 1939, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover ordered an investigation to determine whether the Kuehns are in fact espionage agents.
Did your grandfather know about the plans to attack Pearl Harbor?
When they were asking him to create the signal system to communicate to Japanese subs off the coast of Hawaii, I think, he probably had an idea.
What kind of signal system did they have?
He would put a lantern in the dormer window of his home between 9 and 10, and that would mean battle cruisers had left the harbor.
Every tourist knows Diamond Head and Waikiki, but now beaches are studded with pillboxes and big harbor guns.
War was coming, but for her father Eberhard, now a gangly teenager, life in Hawaii was an endless summer.
My father and his younger brother Hans were just, normal kids enjoying life on a beautiful island. I think it was kind of like paradise for them.
Until December 7th, 1941.
On December 8th, in the middle of the night, there was a banging on the door. The FBI came in and arrested the whole family.
Her father was held at a place called Sand Island, while her grandfather was hauled before a secret military tribunal.
This is the trial transcripts.
She found the transcript in the National Archives.
Upon secret written ballot, all of the members present at the time the vote was taken concurring sentenced the accused to be shot to death with musketry,
Yeah.
the firing squad.
That death sentence went all the way to President Franklin Roosevelt before it was commuted to 50 years at hard labor. But after only 4 years, her grandfather was released and ordered deported to Germany, an act of leniency J. Edgar Hoover found astounding. Christine's father was released from Sand Island and turned his back on the family.
He ended up writing a letter and saying, Germany is not my home. I'm an American. I'm staying here. And he refused to return to the family. I don't know that I could have done that at 15.
When he turned 18, he joined the Army and fought on Okinawa, the last great battle of the war that had begun at Pearl Harbor. He never found out why his father spied for the Japanese.
He actually asked his dad, did you do this? And why did you do it? And Otto never answered him. And so my dad got up and he walked out and he never saw his father again.
It was all so long ago, but the memory of Pearl Harbor is forever. And the Arizona Memorial over the battleship sunk on December 7th, an indelible part of the American landscape, which Christine could not bring herself to visit.
So I didn't think I deserved to be there, right? Because my family had been involved.
That was 10 years ago.
I don't think I carry that same shame that I was carrying back then.
Her father, who wanted to shield her from the shame, finally showed her the way to escape it.
My father made the decision to walk away from his family. He was a true American, and I'm a result of him and his decisions, not my grandfather's decisions.